has filled it up. Back and forth. Boopie Miller takes the foul.
And Jeremy Roach is so good in the half court, moving without the basketball. He uses that screen. They said a double stagger. Nice job coming off of it with pace. One dribble right into his shot.
I mean, you can forget, you shouldn't, but you can, that he's got some of the biggest shots in Duke history, especially recently.
You go to that run to the Final Four, Mike. I mean, hit a massive shot against Michigan State in the second round, hit a big-time shot against Texas Tech. He's got some of the biggest shots in recent Duke history, like you said. He's been hyper-efficient this year. He's been the senior leader that John Shire has needed. A 4-year starter at Duke since Kyle Singler. I mean, he's had a prolific career at Duke.
And if you're just joining us, in the first half, he and Mark Mitchell dealt with foul trouble. Duke withstood it, led by 2 at intermission, and it's Wake by 1 with 6.5 to go in a game with which the entirety has been played within 2 possessions. Roach down the lane, and the foul!
These 2 offenses have shown out today. I mean, 2 of the best in the league, 2 of the best nationally have shown out. He's been able to turn the corner. Again, they're running him off of that far corner, and he's been able to come off, catch, turn the corner, and then he just a little hang in the air like Monaco. It's something you probably don't know much about.
Very little. However, he is a good hang. Gets it done down the lane, and also in the process, through the 3rd foul on Andrew Carr. Stamps the 3-point play, and Roach joins Proctor and Filipowski with 14 each. We have our 13th lead change. Duke by 2. So Reed and Carr with 3 fouls apiece for Steve Forbes. Salas got a switch from Roach. So now Proctor on Miller. Young just found out of the ballgame. With 6:05 to go, Ryan Young outside of the arc fouls out.
Well, he's out there to go hard. He's not out there to manage his fouls. And it's been the last 2, he puts 2 hands in a ball handler. You could prevent that. But Miller had the angle in the corner. But his last 2 fouls for Ryan Young have come off the ball screen coverage.
So the backup big, a veteran in his 6th year of college basketball, is done with 6:05 to go. That's what you said Wake will do to you offensively, especially with Boopie Miller and Cam Hildreth. They're looking to drive you.
They are.
We'll talk about Jeremy Roach as well and how he has stepped up after dealing with foul trouble in that first half. 12 of his 14 since the break. Hildreth, Miller, Carr, Salas, and Reed. The Wake starters are on the floor. Little handoff, wasn't there for Salas. He's being dogged by Roach. Miller kicks, Carr hoists, kicks, Wake leads. $16 for Andrew Carr. Roach down the lane, got caught in the air, turns it over. Only the 6th turnover from Duke. Biggest game in this building in a long time. Salas comes up to get it. Cut off by Filipowski, who commits a foul. And that is 4 on Duke's superstar with still 5:19 to go.
Here's this last bucket. You know, they're denying Salas. And so Miller comes off the secondary actions, able to turn the corner. But there's the denial, the sense of urgency you have to have. And then Wake's spacing is so good. They space those deep corners, and that's the versatility of Andrew Carr.
He's got 14 of his 16 since halftime. Shot clock below 10 for Boopie Miller. On the baseline, and it's stripped on the way up. Got it back and it. And Mark Mitchell the rebound. Filipowski might have taken a shot to the face there. He is bleeding and reaching up near his lip and nose. So 4:55 to go in this second half. Separated by 1 point. Wake in front. Let's have a look at where Filipowski got hit here. Maybe the left arm, perhaps, of Boopy Miller. Looks to be all right. Can mop up the floor a bit. And Filipowski stays in. Roach, McCain, Proctor, Mitchell, Filipowski for John Shire's team. Filipowski on the perimeter. Roach, backdoor, a turnover. Couple costly Duke giveaways the last few possessions.
There was a set play. They were setting up that backdoor. Sometimes you premeditate the play you're going to make. It was not open. And good defensive play by Cam Hildreth.
And how about this look defensively for Duke? Showing his zone. Carr flashes to the logo. Hildreth.
We're Ram, and when trucks are what you do Truck Month better than anyone else. You do trucks that work harder and play harder. And you do trucks that win by breaking every rule of what a truck should be. So this Truck Month, what you should do is drive a Ram. Trucks are what we do.
Get 10% below MSRP for an average of $8,400 under MSRP on the purchase of select 2024 Ram light duty and heavy duty trucks.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Get 2 entrees and an appetizer for $25 only at Applebee's.
AG1 works by obsessing over potency, absorbency, and nutrient density to help your body get the most out of everything we put in. Get the foundational nutrition you need at drinkag1.com.
You love pizza just as much as we love pizza, so we're bringing you our favorite offer yet. For a limited time, get a large one-topping pizza for only $8.99 at Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Hey, you seeing this?
Right. Where's the dish?
There ain't one.
You're telling me you can get DirecTV, the good stuff, and you don't need a satellite dish? Oh, I used to love doing my business on those things.
You're one sick pigeon. Them dishes kept the rain off our beaks.
We just have different priorities is all.
Satellite-free DirecTV. Never thought I'd see the day.
Well, our lifespans are quite short.
Stream DirecTV without a satellite dish.
I'm going to do this thing with my neck just for a bit.
In this clinic, we pride ourselves on putting others first. It's on us to help care for our clients' well-being, to help them adapt. It's inspiring to work at a place where our patients succeed and we as therapists do too. With great benefits from Principal, we feel appreciated for the work we do.
Kev Dallin in coaching studio, Peyton Sanford and Iowa hanging around in Champaign.
Coming off the ball screen, looking like Pistol Pete, 1 foot floater. Tight game. Illinois needs to win this after getting
John Roche had that floater too.
There we go.
Carolina, Virginia coach coming up next.
Virginia has dominated North Carolina in Charlottesville. Reese Beekman, if they're going to win again, not since 2012 has Carolina won. If they're going to win again, Reese Beekman, he's got to have a big game.
That game coming up after we go final, Mike.
All right, Kevin. Yeah, we'll get you there as soon as we are done here. But boy, has this been a dandy. With 4:10 to go, Wake Forest trying to punch a ticket to the NCAA tournament. Haven't been in 7 years. Hadn't sold out this place in 7 years. They're on a 6-0 run. Duke has dried up a bit the last couple of minutes offensively, and John Shire went zone.
Yeah.
It's only done that on 22 possessions all year, 1% of the time, and Cam Hildreth made Duke pay. McCain flashes, hits. How big is this guy? Unfazed by the moment.
Flare screen out of the timeout, drawn up by John Shire, drawing up a play, a massive possession for his freshman, and McCain delivers.
An ACC Freshman of the Year candidate, connecting on 40% from three. It's a skip for Hildreth. Off the ball fake. Hildreth attacks and draws a foul. If you're just joining us, we have 3.5 to go. It's a 1-point game, and neither team has led by more than 6. If that holds, it would be the first ACC league game this year in which neither team ever led by more than 6 points at any point.
I think one of the reasons Shire went to zone on that one possession is the penetration from Miller and Hildreth has started to hurt Duke a little bit. So you show zone, and of course Hildreth, who was 1 of 11 from 3 in their last 8 games coming in, hits only his second 3 in that time.
Yeah, hugely affected again by a wrist he told us is broken. So he has found other ways. And maybe a product too of Duke sending so much attention now at Hunter Salas these last few trips. He said he considered surgery, still dealing with a ton of pain, but didn't want to bail on this season. Makes it a 3-point Wake Forest lead. There's the third foul, by the way, on Jeremy Roach. Crowd to its feet at the Joel and Winston-Salem. Roach, dogged by Hildreth. A denial on Proctor. 12 to shoot, and Duke outside the arc still. McCain comes to get it from Filipowski. McCain back for Filipowski for 3. No! Rebound Miller.
Outstanding defensive possession for Wake Forest.
A game that has been played in the half court. Two teams so good in transition. It has been focused on these 47 feet on both ends. Carr trying to get free from Mitchell. He's had a monster second half. Reed, a handoff for Hildreth down the lane. Lost it on the way up, but he'll stay with Wake Forest, and Duke disagrees. 2:40 to go in the second half.
That was close. That live, that looked like it was off Hildreth to me.
Hard to tell from that angle. I thought so too in real time. Miller into Carr. Gets the roll. 18 for Carr. McCain spins away. That's to the mid-range. Thought about a 3. Now Roach off the bounce. Down the lane, and it's fouled. 2 coming for Jeremy Roach. And a good bounce-back possession with Duke down by 5.
It's amazing. These close games, these high-leverage games, free throws are big and under out of bounds. What execution on that play right there to be able to finish off of the catch in the air by Carr. And then that was a big possession for Duke. They needed to come away with points there. You love the drive. You're in the bonus. Put your head down, get it to the paint, and get yourself to the foul line at the very least.
Where Jeremy Roach is good on 86%. And a good possession because he got the 4th foul on Wake Forest big man Efton Reed, who again, just joining us, the first meeting between these teams last week, a Duke win at Cameron. He fouled out in only 15 minutes. Into a sea of tie-dye, Roach makes both. Wake Forest connecting on 62% from the floor. You got to go back to the mid-90s to find a field goal percentage for them as high as that against a top 25 opponent. They're up by 3, outside of 2 to go on their home floor as the first team out of Joe Lunardi's projected field. Hildreth comes up to get it. 10 to shoot, defended by Roach. Off the crossover, Hildreth attacks. And a blocking foul is called on Tyrese Proctor. Late shot clock again. And a foul against Stu.
We said at the top, guarding the basketball, sitting down in the stance, and guarding Boopie Miller and Cam Hildreth was a big part of this game. Yeah, that's a block. Good call. And a really good drive from Cam Hildreth. How big has he been over the last 5 minutes, Mike?
Stepped up after he'd been so quiet. John Shire was having a conversation with A.J. Desai, who now convenes with Rod Grover. With 1:54 to go in this second half, and Wake Forest ahead by 3. An explanation from A.J. Desai to John Shire that, well, if we're reading body language, major in that, he doesn't appear to love.
Look, he's probably asking about that call. I mean, the fact of the matter is, these are being called blocks now with the way the new rule is written. It's hard to tell whether Proctor was on that restricted arc, but either way, I don't think he's there before that plant foot is down. So I'm fine with that call.
Ron Gerber just came over to share the play on the floor. He's calling a basketball block. He said it has nothing to do with the restricted arc there.
Well, there you go.
He settled it.
I'm glad he came over to explain that.
We found harmony. With 1:54 to go at the Joel. And Hildreth, a very good free throw shooter at 80%, is good on the first, stretches the Wake lead to 4. Tense moments on the Duke side. Winners of 5 in a row. Hildreth makes point. 5-point cushion. Roach navigating the pick and roll. Got a switch from Karn. Kicks it out. And out Proctor. Shut off by Miller. Here's McCain driving on Salas. Got fouled and left it a little bit short.
Again, you love driving it. Put your head down, drive that ball. It's a good call, certainly a block. And these become big. And again, there's plenty of time if you're Duke. I like picking up a little bit. That 2-2-1 they showed. Leave Wake a little less time in the half court.
As McCain sinks the first, 84%. And Steve Ford's team protecting a 4-point lead. 37 to go in regulation. McCain hits both. Back to a 1-possession game. Duke extends after the makes. Hildreth uses the read screen, and now in the hands of the point guard, Boopie Miller. Reed comes to set the high ball screen. Miller down the lane, and we get a foul called on the floor. Give it to Mark Mitchell, it's his third.
Nice job using 20 seconds of the shot clock. And again, Miller and Hildreth downhill. Just a high ball screen. Miller able to turn the corner with that burst of his. And back to the foul line. This game, these high leverage games, 1 possession, 2 possession, they come down to the foul line.
You mentioned baseline out of bounds, side out of bounds. And Wake, traditionally in those specialty areas, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country.
Hildreth picks it from Roach. Miller off to the races. Lays it in. 5-point Wake lead. Minute to go. Roach got stretched. And it's Wake basketball.
A strip on a couple of possessions. Tipped out by McCain. It does stay with the Demon Deacons.
Cam Hildreth is a bulldog. Good job just sticking his face in there on that crossover. Uncharacteristic from Jalen Roach. 2 mistakes from him. Turning the ball over to Wake. That one leading the points.
59 seconds to go. Wake into the front court. Reed couldn't haul it in from Salas, and that's costly. Still plenty of time for Duke down by 5.
You don't need it.
Proctor for Filipowski for 3. Yes!
Man.
2-point game.
Time and score. Time and score. You got Duke on the ropes. It's going to come down to you making free throws. You do not need to throw a lob here. 2-on-1 or not. Just a bad game management decision.
John Shire uses his final timeout, and Steve Forbes left shaking his head.
Just a bad decision. You're trying to play up to the drama of the moment. Just pull it back out. Keep the pressure on Duke. And then how about Filipowski? His first of the night, 1 of 6 for 3.
Let's get you to the studio for a quick update with Kevin Connors.
Yeah, Mike, not that you want to miss the end of our game, but we do want to let you know North Carolina, Virginia is underway right now on ESPN News. The Cavaliers looking to bounce back from that brutal loss Monday against Virginia Tech. That game after we go final, Mike, in Winston-Salem.
Okay, Kevin, part of a loaded day of men's hoops here on ESPN. The scene here, if you're just joining us, Wake Forest by 2. Joe Lenardi's got him as the first team out of this field for a program that hasn't been to the NCAA tournament in 7 years against the number 8 team in the country. Dealt with foul trouble in the first half. They've steadied that in the second half, but still trail against the D's.
And the benefit of how quickly Duke was able to get that free from Filipowski, you do not have to foul. You could play this out, set your defense, and play for a stop to keep this a 1-possession game.
He's Chris Spatola. I'm Mike Monaco. Our entire crew behind the scenes. Steve Forbes in his 4th year here in Winston-Salem. Biggest game and biggest atmosphere in those 4 seasons. Can they get to the finish line? Kyle Filipowski, by the way, with that 3 in 2 seasons of college basketball, just reached 1,000 points. He's got 17 to go along with 8 rebounds and 5 assists. So, 42 seconds to go. 19 fouls for Duke. Wake, the 3rd best free throw shooting team in the country. Into Salas, the star for Wake Forest, with 27 points on 11 of 13 shooting. You said it, Duke doesn't need the foul. With 12 seconds separating game and shot clock. Here's Cam Hildreth. Off to Salas. Into Carr, matched up with Mark Mitchell. Carr with the shot clock winding down. Spinning on the baseline. Pivoting. Carr against Mitchell. Short. And Mitchell the rebound. With 10 seconds to go. Duke out of timeouts, down by 2. Proctor. Turnover. It belongs to Wake.
Just not having poise in that moment. Not having poise. 3 costly turnovers in the last minute of this game for Duke.
Salas gets fouled with 1.8 to go.
I mean, it's a 2-point game, Mike. If you're Tyrese Proctor, that thing's got to go to the basket. Again, you're in the bonus. You're down 2. Why you're trying to give Kyle Filipowski the ball there, I don't quite understand, especially after what a great stand on the other end by Mark Mitchell on Andrew Carr. It was like protecting the Alamo down there, 1-on-1. You got the stop you needed, and then you just cough it up. 3 costly turnovers down the stretch here for Duke.
Salas, good on the first. How about this stage and moment for Steve Forbes in his 4th season? He was the only Power 5 coaching change 3 years ago during COVID. Step by step, he has been trying to build this. And Salas makes it a 4-point game. We'll step aside for 30 seconds, then right back to the Joel and Winston-Salem.
Having health insurance is important. So if anyone in your family has Medicaid or CHIP, listen up. Check the mail for your renewal form. Complete the form. And mail it back right away so you don't lose your coverage. If you do lose your coverage, visit healthcare.gov to see if you're eligible to enroll in a low-cost, quality health plan. Healthcare.gov.
Not a lot of recent NCAA tournament history for Wake Forest. Haven't been to the tournament since 2017. Haven't won a game since 2010. To win a couple, get to the Sweet 16, well, not since Chris Paul and our buddy Randolph Childress, along with Tim Duncan, the last to get to the Elite Eight, and all the way back to the early 60s to reach the Final Four. And Steve Forbes with the team right now on the bubble, according to Joe Lunardi, trying to get to the finish line here.
This has been vintage Wake Forest today. This crowd showed out. This team was worthy of that. Their team has played so well today. And for Duke, win or lose, you're better for being in this game, in this environment.
A scene that had students sleeping on sidewalks, we were told. Sellout crowd for the first time in 7 years, and an attendance record at Wake. 1.8 to go, Duke down by 4. On the inbounds, it's picked, and the party is on in Winston-Salem. Kyle Filipowski is being helped off by members of the Duke staff, and you saw the immediate bear hug surrounding him as this court storming is in full effect with Filipowski hobbled. Wow. Middle of your screen.
That should not happen. That right there is why court storming should not happen.
It has become a hot button issue over the last few years. More